with the gender and sexuality activity for this week, I want to talk about my struggle even going through picking an activity because I learned something new. Um, when I was trying to think of a gender stereotype to break, I immediately just thought of things like wear men's clothes, don't shave your legs, don't pluck your eyebrows, don't wear makeup, don't work on your hair for too long. And I thought, well, none of these, or even all of these put together, wouldn't get a reaction. I don't think. Especially at BYU, where people tend to be just nicer, not call you out for looking like not beautiful or whatever. So I would try and think over and over again, like what I could do that would like get a reaction or that would get me something that I could talk about in this video. And I finally went to Dr. Whiting and I was just like, I have no idea what to do. And I explained to her my dilemma. And I was just thinking how, with the feminist movement, which is awesome, we have such a better world because women are treated more equally than we have in the past. And we're no longer considered the subordinate gender, which is amazing. And I'm so grateful for that. But that means that like I can't just break a gender stereotype and get a reaction because in this world I feel like, well, in this small Utah Valley world anyway, um, I feel like we're a lot more accepting of those gender stereotype breaking things. Like my husband cooks dinner sometimes. It's not like he makes me cook dinner or he's the one that does the laundry because I hate doing laundry. And like already those are gender stereotypes that we're breaking, but no one cares about those anymore. Like I feel like those duties have been distributed better, at least in my household. Um, so I asked Dr. Whiting about it. I was like, I can't think of any. And then she said, well, this one might work like a charm. Try this. And then she said, don't defer. And then at first I was like, what do you mean? Don't defer? What? And then she said, women tend to apologize a lot, even for things that are not their fault. For example, women talk, man interrupts, she apologizes and lets him keep saying what he was going to say. And immediately, I could already think of hundreds of times when this happened in my life. And that was just a learning moment for me. It's really crazy to me to think that something like that was so normal to me that I didn't even realize that that was a thing with the genders, that men sometimes tend to walk all over the women after they're trying to say something and they charge through with what they want to say. So I decided to try that or work with that. So with the men I talked to in the past couple days, every time they would start to interrupt me, instead of me usually saying, oh, I'm sorry, continue what you're going to say, I just continued what I was saying, kind of to the point where I was ignoring him until I was done talking. And I would never set out to interrupt him, but this would just happen when he was interrupting me. I would just keep going. And sometimes that led to me and this person talking at the very same time for a good 8 seconds. That's a long time until the man kind of backed off. And this didn't elicit a reaction like, you're being rude or anything like that, but it did kind of take both of us a minute to get used to that. And I did have to try over and over again because it's a habit of mine to apologize and stop saying what I was going to say. So this took me trial and error. So I'm still going to work on that even after this activity. I'm not going to let people interrupt me, and I'm not going to interrupt them either to the best that I can. But I feel like this is very important in the classroom as well. If you want respect, if you don't want to get walked all over by your students or your bosses, just you don't even have to be rude about it. Just be assertive and finish your thought. And I would hope that eventually, at least with you, people would learn that they're not going to interrupt you because you're not going to let them interrupt you. So this is what stretched me, and this is what I'm going to do going forward. Is I'm going to break this pattern that I myself do of letting people, specifically men, interrupt me and shut me down, and I'm gonna keep saying what I'm gonna say.